In this video, I'm going to cut through all the BS and show you exactly which assault rifles you should be using in Warzone. So let's get started. Warzone streamers and content creators will tell you that a gun is the new meta because they used it and they dropped 30, 40, or 50 kills. But in reality, those guys can use just about any gun and still get
a banger for y'all today, baby.
So if streamers can't really determine the meta, how do we know what guns are meta? Numbers don't lie, so I'm going to use actual data to show you the top 3 assault rifles you should be using in Warzone. So here we are on TrueGameData.com, and we're going to do a TTK or time to kill comparison for all the top assault rifles in Warzone. You can see here that we're not just using all chest shots or just headshots to determine the TTKs for these guns. We're using a combination. So there's a lot going on in this chart, but that's because we have time to kill data for a lot of guns here. We've got some Vanguard guns, we've got some Black Ops Cold War guns, we even have some Modern Warfare guns. If you see your favorite gun on this list, please feel free to pause the video and check out where it lies in the TTK graph. But what we can see here is that we've got 3 guns in particular that really excel at long range time to kill amongst all the other ones. And that is 2 Black Ops Cold War guns and actually 1 gun from Modern Warfare. We've got the EM2, we've got the XM4, and we've got the CR-56 AMAX. And you can see they're all very, very tightly grouped as far as time to kill once you get out past their damage drop off. That's the most common range where you're going to be using your assault rifle in Warzone. So now let's take a look at just those 3 guns. We're going to stick with the same combination of shot location percentages as before, just to keep everything equal. And what we can see here is that all 3 of these guns have basically about the same time to kill after their damage drop off at the range you're usually going to be engaging targets at. So I think one of the main things we need to consider with these guns then, and you need to use to decide which one you prefer, is other things like recoil pattern. So let's take a look at that. I don't have a very hard time controlling any of these guns. They're not terribly difficult for me to control. But I suggest you try them all out if you haven't already and decide which one works best for you. Out of these 3, for me, the XM4, the light blue recoil pattern, is my favorite. That's my preferred one. I have the easiest time controlling that one. But for me, the EM2 is also not very difficult to control. And even the AMAX with its slight left and then up and then over to the right again, kind of half circular recoil pattern, even that one's not terribly difficult to control. And here are the meta builds for each of these guns. If you aren't already familiar with the builds for these guns, please feel free to pause the video or take a screenshot, whatever works best for you. So at the end of the day, you cannot go wrong with any of these 3 guns. They are the fastest killing assault rifles in Warzone. Watch this video next for a detailed comparison of the C58 and the XM4.